Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the classroom with Architect Mark. Last meeting, we were talking about Sketchbook, and we didn't get quite as far as we wanted, so we're going to revisit that and check out some of the tools that are unique to it that you won't find in other simpler software like Bamboo Paper, which we already talked about. So let's head on over to the classroom where there's no keyboard and mouse because we're only doing a drawing thing. All right. So all right. So here's my pen. And here at the top, we have a floating toolbar. And it has, oh, I believe, yeah, we went through the lagoon. So some of the controls here can be found there. That's why I was weirded out because there's some symmetry here. Anyway, so let's go from left to right. We have here the undo and redo. Of course, those are very important. And we have the zoom, rotate, and move canvas. So this is basically the spacebar control. As you can see, there's a hotkey indicator there. You press spacebar, that happens. Here's the select tool. And when you have selected something, let's draw something fast and try that out. So, like, let's draw a tree, even if it doesn't look like one right now. So let's say we have a tree over here, some shadow to make it interesting. Wait, do I have pen pressure right now? It seems I still don't have it. Anyway, I will look into this again after this meeting. So when you have select on, you can see that there's a sub toolbar that appears. So right now we're at rectangle selection. You can select an oval, you can lasso things, polyline, and magic wand. And this is a tolerance control. So when you're using something like this magic wand, it takes tolerance into consideration. So right now we're at rectangle selection, and what happens is it will replace the selection. For example, if I do a selection here, it says replace. That means if I do another selection, it will change that. But if we have add on, that means it's cumulatively adding to the selection. Pretty cool, right? And we have subtract, which can remove parts of the selection. Now, what can you do with a selected part of the drawing? So let's add something here, like let's more of this 8 here. And for example, we want to do something with this selection. We can go to this one, quick transform. So in here, you can see that there are several controls. You have movement control, rotation control, scaling control, and what's this one? What does this do? Okay, let's try this one out first. Oh, it's a non-uniform scale. I see. Non-uniform scale, uniform scaling. So there you go. So that's what happens when you have a selection. You can rotate it, move it around, and it goes anywhere you want. You can scale the selection. Basically, it cuts out that portion and floats it until you decide where it should lie. Example, if we're good with this, we close it. Now, the drawing doesn't recognize the old position and it bakes it in, of course, unless you undo it. So that is what that does. Now, crop, of course, eliminates all the other things that are not in this box. So you say, okay, that means that you're only drawing with this part of the original drawing. Let's undo that and then maximize our view. So we've got to select, deselect, crop, quick transform. Those are tools that we had earlier. I forgot to turn that on, but my recording says it's like around 5 minutes. So let's adjust this to what's -5. Let's do 7. All right. Sorry about that. Quick transform. What's this? Transform tool. So basically, transform tool takes the entire everything that is drawn currently, and you can control it. It's similar to transform in Photoshop, but it even has like a liquefy effect going on here. So if you can imagine it, there's a grid right now on our drawing, and when we're moving this, the main center grid, it affects the sides, all sides of it, and scales them appropriately. So what's this useful for? For example, you're drawing a tattoo and you draw it on a flat surface and you're trying to match it to like an arm. Yeah. So for example, you've drawn a burly man and you want a tattoo on his skin. You could use this tool to do that. Yes, you have perspective control, distortion control, and then movement and some sort of liquefaction available to you. Rotation? Do we have? Oh, yeah, we have it outside. So there's a lot that transform enables you to do. This also works, for example, if you're making a part of a wheel design or something and you want to create multiple copies of an element there, this might be able to help. Now, if we're happy with that, we can just say commit and then the drawing changes to recognize just this one. So for the next one, which is a flood fill, we need closed off elements or areas of the artwork because it will need to identify edges like that so that it would know where to limit the fill. So let's select a red fill. And right now it's a solid fill. We can do a linear gradient or a radial gradient. So that's just how easy it is to put some color in your work. Or, for example, if you want gradient, you can control each color with that. Let's change the median color also. Do something that is nearly blue. And then third color, say something like indigo. It's cool. All right. Next, we have a text layer tool. Of course, if you wanted to annotate something short of writing it down, like so, annotation. If you wanted to make it more professional, you can just put text in here. So a text layer comes up in a window like that, and You can just type in whatever you want, change the color to whatever suits you, and commit it. Now, when you lay down it's not yellow, I don't know why. So if you commit it, you already have control whether or not you want it there, like here, and maybe rotate it a bit. So this move tool is actually pretty intuitive to use. You do need to uh, get used to the idea that you need to choose what happens using these 4 options here inside of this floating ring. All right, we have rulers. We have talked about this last time. But apart from that, we also have an ellipse ruler. And when it's active, there's a rotation control, size control, and then scaling control. So when it's active and you try to draw something, let's try to draw with it's not letting me choose color right now. All right, so let's try green. And then, oh, it's because I'm on a text layer. There we go. Something smaller like a pencil. So with the ellipse active, you can do that, maybe move it a little bit like here. So we create like a sort of halo effect. So that's one practical use of that. Color it in with the tool we have earlier. So apart from the ellipse, we also have a French curve, which basically takes care of is supposed to take care of any curve that you want. For example, I want this curve. And then move it about, and we want to connect this to the other line there. We can use that. Okay. So that is all of our 12 minutes today. And I hope you got to learn about Sketchbook and why it offers this much control for nothing. And again, if I may reiterate, it's because the idea that Autodesk has is that people start everything else with a drawing, and they want drawing to become ubiquitous. Hence, we have the free Sketchbook package, which is really nice actually. Before, you needed to subscribe to get all of the tools and such. So this is a really generous offer from them, and one that you can actually use for production without having any problems. It's no Photoshop, but no, if you own a stylus like this one or whatever else, then Sketchbook is really a good tool for you to familiarize yourself with. So that's it. I'll see you guys next time for maybe the rest of these. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a little under, just a little over 5 more items here that we can talk about. Okay. So I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.